You know,
and what's free meat?
Huh?
What's free meat? That's my 5.
Yeah, that was the 5th. No, but I wasn't putting Mo Bomb in there. I'm just saying we old niggas for not having it in there, because how could you not have it in there?
Listen, I fuck with that.
And what year did, oh, that's not a rap record, but that record was hard.
What?
That, Maria remake that Khaled did, but that was last year, right?
What the fuck are you talking about? Maria remake?
Yeah, with Rihanna and Bryson Tiller.
Was that this year?
I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah,
I don't think so.
That was a great record. That was a real good record.
Salute to Khaled, man. Khaled is running the biggest finesse game on the world, and nobody gives a fuck. Khaled been working out for 3 years and hasn't lost a pound, but got a Weight Watchers deal. That's why I ain't even mad at Khaled, yo. Who's running the biggest finesse game?
You don't think Khaled lost some weight?
No.
I think he's the biggest finesser, but not because of the Weight Watchers scam.
Why do you think he's the biggest finesser?
Fam, that nigga fucking... I feel bad for Snapchat investors, man.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because Snapchat stock was doing great. They looked great. New filters every day, new backgrounds, new words at the bottom. Off of Khaled's back. And the second that he left and took his major key little emoji with him elsewhere...
What's wrong with that, though? That's what you get for not giving people from the culture equity into something. They should have gave Khaled a share or two in Snapchat if they wanted me to stay on here. Because once all Khaled did was use Snapchat to get to another level. He became Khaled, so he's just this big entity icon now. Can finesse people like Weight Watchers to give him a deal. He get on the elliptical for a minute.
See, but that's what I'm calling.
Enough to put on Snapchat or Instagram story and keep it moving.
But that's what I'm calling the finesse, Phil. The fact that I guess they didn't give it to him.
I wouldn't have gave it to him. I mean, because nobody asked Khaled to be on Snapchat. We've never seen social media work like that.
They should have stepped to him, though. They should have gave him something. You're right.
Yeah, for what? When I'm doing it for free. Nobody's hustling backwards, by the way. If you jump on one of these platforms and you blow it up, they already worth $10 billion. What would it benefit me to just give you a share of my company? That's why we got to be very protective.
What's it worth now?
You're right. But that's because everybody got the fuck up off Snapchat. Because Instagram killed that shit. Instagram gave us the same feature that Snapchat had in their story. I don't have time for all these apps. I just deleted Twitter off my phone this morning.
Really?
Off the phone? This shit is distracting. Like, I don't give a fuck about people's thoughts like that.
Trying to be like really mature.
Yes.
So when you gonna use Twitter? You're not gonna use it?
I got Instagram. So whenever I post some shit to the gram, it goes to Twitter, it goes to Facebook.
You have definitely reached a new level of money. You just want to do that. You don't even want to hang out with the Twitter niggas.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the opinions of. I don't care
about my Spider-Man socks.
I don't care about all these unsolicited opinions. I don't give a fuck. Like, that shit is distracting. That shit is
your job to kind of talk about unsolicited opinions, no?
No, it's my job to talk about my opinion. I don't all that other shit. No, and then I really feel like sometimes, first of all, I know social media is bad for your mental health. That's number one. Number two, I feel like we're allowing all of these people to think for us, because I don't know who's sincere anymore because of Twitter. It feels like everybody's performing.
Because they are.
They are. Like, motherfuckers really aren't really just thinking.
You don't like to see good performance?
No, not no more. Especially when there's people that I actually admire. Like, I'm like, come on, you're just showing off because you're just talking about this because everybody else is talking about it. Plus, I don't like being a human algorithm. Like, meaning, we're taping this on the day after the Travis Scott Chris Rock shit, right? Yes. That shit went from people complaining about Travis Scott performing at the Super Bowl to digging up an old Travis Scott interview with Ebro where he had some things to say about Mike Brown. Within a matter of hours, it went into Chris Rock sitting around with Louis C.K. and Jerry Seinfeld, and they're saying the word nigga. Today, everybody's just watching football. Nobody cares about any of this shit as much as they act like they do on social media. And I refuse to be a human algorithm. Like, I'm not going to just be reacting to things. That's not the way my brain operates. You know what I'm saying?
This author shit done got your wisdom like on a whole nother level, man.
Well, that wisdom's already been there. That's why I was able to write 2 books in 18 months.
Human algorithm.
You don't ever feel like that sometimes? You're not like that, though.
I'm not like that.
That's one reason I fuck with you. You're not like that. You're not a human algorithm.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you don't go with the flow.
That's nasty.
But then some people go against the flow on purpose, which is also getting very whack in this era. This whole contrarian thing. You're just saying wild shit for the sake of saying wild shit to be different.
And I like that because it's tougher to walk that line. Like, I could see through y'all niggas real good.
Yeah.
Y'all that's faking contrarian. Because that's my world.
Yeah.
That faking nice, it may be tougher for me to see. I'm not really the great at being nice. Them other dudes, it's a lot of... That's what inspired my little mental health rant the other day. Like, that's trendy. It's nasty.
I disagree with that a little bit. I'll tell you why. It could be looked at as trendy, but also we're also in an era that's allowing a space for those kind of conversations without judgment. So it may be a lot of these people who've always, because I get that all the time. I get people running up on me saying, yo, I've been going to therapy, fam. Yo, my father, Thanksgiving weekend, my father told me, I had a little cousin kill himself in Monk's Corner. I didn't really know him. He was 26 years old. I've been hustling for 20 years. I didn't really know him. But he killed himself. But he used to always talk to my father every day. My father read my second book and shook on anxiety playing tricks on me. And my father said, you know, man, I read your book, and 30 years ago I tried to kill myself. You know, but I didn't because of your mom and you and your older sister, because my other siblings weren't born yet. And he goes, yo, I've been on 10 to 12 different medications throughout my life. They didn't work for me, so they started giving me a check. He's been getting a check for mental illness all of these years. I never fucking knew. He went to therapy 2 and 3 times a week. Nobody knew. He never told anybody any of this shit. So I'm saying all that to say, I like that. But I'm saying all that to say, we're creating a space for people to have this conversation. So when you start seeing all these people pop up saying, yo, I suffer from mental health issues, or I got anxiety, or I got depression, or I got bipolar, I've been going to therapy. They just never wanted to talk about it. So that's why I can't just dismiss it as saying, oh, it's just a trendy thing to do.
We can never dismiss it. Mm-hmm. See, I can acknowledge that it's trendy, but you can't dismiss it because it's way too serious of a subject matter. It's not something, you can't prove the intent.
But is it trendy, or people are, like I said, people just have a space to talk about it now without judgment?
I think both.
I don't know.
I think it's trendy, and I think today there's a space for people to talk without judgment, because today the oppressors in power, I mean, not the oppressors, the suppressed is in power.
I do agree.
And I do appreciate your role in all that, too, by the way.
I did it by accident. I did not know anxiety was a mental health issue. I had no idea. I literally was going to therapy to get a handle on my anxiety. And through therapy, I realized anxiety is considered a mental health issue. So the anxiety, and then, you know, you're talking to your therapist about PTSD and trauma from things that happened to you when you was younger. And that became the thing. Everybody's like, oh, this is a book about mental health. That's why I got the Dr. Ish Major in the book, you know, to give his clinical correlations for the things that I was going through. Because I'm just talking about my experiences. I'm not sitting out here acting like no expert. And I didn't know that Taraji P. Henson was going to start her Morris Lawrence Henson Foundation this year to eradicate, you know, the stigma of mental health in our community. I didn't know Chance was going to give money for mental health issues. I didn't know earlier this year Kanye was going to talk about being bipolar was awesome. That's just the universe. I can't take credit for none of that. So, me, I'm just telling my experiences. And that's why I said I can't sit here and say that mental health is a truly thing, because I just think people they have this space to talk about it now without judgment.
Well, good.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that space.
Because you got to think about the people who were saying it before in hip-hop. It was guys like you.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody want to be like you. Like Joe was considered nuts. So if Joe's dealing with mental health issues, I'm not about to say I'm dealing with them.
Now that was pretty funny.
It's the truth. It's the truth, though.
That was pretty funny. Then I'm trying to think who else was talking about mental health back in the day. X
was, but it was in a very
Scarface,
definitely. That's why I had Scarface write the foreword of the book.
That's why you had him what?
He wrote the foreword for my book.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what the book's called. Anxiety Playing Tricks on Me, based off mind playing tricks on me. And like Scarface wrote the foreword for the book. So, you know, we talk about 2019 predictions. I think that it's going to be more awareness raised around mental health in 2019. And I think that is what ultimately is going to make the culture better. Because one thing that we never do as a people, we don't deal with shit. Like, one thing I love about this generation and I love about this era, that tough guy shit is dead.
No, I'm really happy about that.
Oh my God, thank God.
Definitely.
That street shit is a wrap. The young street niggas ain't even trying to be street niggas no more, because they realize, like, Man, life is way funner when you're free.
It is a blast.
Like, we getting money, we can travel wherever we want. Like, why are y'all out here wanting to kill each other?
That's why I stopped being angry, man. Like, happy shit started looking too fun.
We
Like,
happy.
whoa, no, I need some happiness too.
You're happy. But that comes from guys being vulnerable and actually dealing with shit. We don't deal with shit. Like, you got brothers out here. 21 Savage was on Breakfast Club the other day talking about how he cries all the time.
I cry a lot too.
I haven't cried since 2006. My therapist literally just told me that I've been coming to her for over a year and I've never shown any emotion. And she said something is like wrong with that. She said
something's wrong with that.
I need to.
You got trash therapists.
No,
if you've been going to your therapist for a year and you ain't shown no emotion yet, what type of traumatizing shit is in your past?
I cry for weird shit though. Like I cry for shit that, like I cry watching like Ricky get shot in Boys in the Hood. Or like you ever seen My Girls? You seen My Girls?
No.
With Macaulay Culkin and like Thomas J gets stung by all the bees.
No.
And she's at the funeral like his glasses. I got the shit like that makes my eyes water up. Like life shit is like it's life. Like certain shit happens in your life and I've seen it a million times. So it's like I'm kind of like numb to it.
I'm gonna recommend some therapists to me.
You got a good one that makes you cry?
I got a few good ones. On deck.
What's the last thing that made you cry, Joe?
Some show I just watched. TV. I cry at TV a lot.
Me too. I cried on my birthday last year. Not hard tears, but I was watering up because I was drunk and I was watching a video that a bunch of my peoples made for me. And that shit made me like,
oh, my dog died. I cried. My dog died recently. Rest in peace, Harlem. I cried before I proposed. I cried on my birthday.
I didn't see you cry on that stage.
No, I said before. Like, maybe a day before, like, when I was in my bag, 6 in the morning here by myself, not actually in the moment. I was cool. I cry a lot. It's healthy. I try to practice it. Mm-hmm. Everything that goes in has to come out.
I agree with that. You don't think that it can come out in other ways, though?
Yeah, I agree. It just has to come out. That's all. Yeah. I don't care how it comes out. For me, I feel other people's pain and sympathy a lot. Mac Miller died, X died, Kim Porter died. Let me tell you something. It seemed like at the end of every State of the Culture taping, like when we were just in there for 5 hours and then we would walk out, all of us would find out that somebody died. It happened like at least on 2 or 3 Fridays in a row. Like, shit. You know, that's why I hate taping on Fridays, because shit like that. But
people die every day, Joe. But I understand what you're saying.
I know, but I would like to. Yeah, I hate taping on Fridays for a lot of reasons. But, yeah, Triple X, that was a big one. That was a big one.
Yeah, X was wild. And the reason X was wild is because, you know, one of the clips that everybody talked about was when you was mourning academics on Everyday Struggle. Like, something's going to happen to, you know, XXX Tentacion because of all the trolling that he was doing. So it wasn't, I guess it wasn't expected this year. Like if it would have happened when you said that back then, it would have been less of a shock, right? But then when it finally happened, you know, everybody starts having these conversations about energy, and the energy you put out is the energy that you get back. But then again, XXX Tentacion was making a change. So that begs the question, like, you know, do you ever escape the energy? And I by the way, I don't think that anything he did, you know, as far as what I saw him do, you know, when it came to like trolling people or whatever, it never warrants you getting clapped. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm about to say. When you're making the changes, part of that is changing your surroundings as well.
Very true. Kodak Black said that's the reason he moved to LA, by the way.
Kodak Black has said that. Chief Keef has said that. You know, I got a little experience with this because Stack Bundles died in his hood, and that was my man. They caught Chinks in Queens.
Yeah.
Like, and these are all people that was changing, trying to do some different shit. So yeah, X was changing, but he had a luxury car in the hood, and the hood ain't changing. The hood is the hood still. That's the same exact game.
And the hood don't love you. That's the wild thing. I don't know why we love something that will never love us back. The hood will never love you back. You'll have people in your hood that got love for you, but you're going to have people that hate you just because you made it out of that position. Like, we really do cannibalize our own in a lot of situations. And I think that was one of those situations, which is so wild to me. kill somebody from your community, right? That might be the guy that lifts up 10 other people from that same hood. And those 10 other people that got lifted up from that same hood, they gonna lift up 10 other people. So it's like you're taking out people that can actually benefit your ecosystem.
It's true.
And I also hope that, you know, XXX Tentacion, I hope his I was hoping that his death would open up the eyes of this generation.
You don't think it did?
I think it did, but I'm not sure because I think it's been 3 situations this year that opened up the eyes of this generation. I think it was XXX Tentacion. I think it was Tekashi really ended up in the situation he's in jail, which is funny because the last time we did the pull up, we was talking about that happening. And I think little Pete dying of a drug overdose.
Not Mac Miller too.
We still don't know the details of Mac's situation or whether the drug overdose.
When I hear fentanyl, I don't think accidental.
Oh no, so that's true. The fentanyl was in the cocaine.
Yeah.
So he bought coke from somebody, they put fentanyl.
Yeah, and it was just a bad mix with whatever else he was inside him at the time. So it was unfortunate. But I saw a lot of people come out after that and say, no more. The same shit we hear after somebody dies. No more. I just gotta slow down. I gotta stop.
Rest in peace, Mac Miller too. That one hurt because I actually know Mac. You know what I'm saying? I never met XXX Tentacion. Like Mac, when Mac used to live in Brooklyn, I've been to Mac's crib. Like I actually liked Mac. You know what I'm saying? Mac and Angela Yee were close. And like me and Mac, we used to be on MTV2 together. Like if you go watch Mac Miller's reality show, I used to do voiceovers for his reality show. So I knew Mac for a long time. Like I literally watched the kid grow up. Like that's the wild thing about being old and doing shit like Breakfast Club for 8 years. Like how old was Mac when he died? 20.
Let's get to it. Listen, 6ix9ine's baby mom. So I don't know what your demons is. I don't know what your problem is. I see you on live wilding at the mouth and throwing my name into it very disrespectful. You said all incorrect shit, and I'm gonna actually get to it today. So, without further ado, I wanted y'all to hear what she said because I wanted to respond to it directly. I didn't want to do the indirect shit. Let me put this on the screen. So I've been seeing this headline pop up, man, all over the place. And by the way, today, please stop telling me, if he's your man, you don't do this. Stop it. Bro, I'm not in y'all relationship. I'm not in y'all family. And honestly, I don't talk about you because I know homie. I'm like, I don't know you. I know him. So I try not to talk about you, but I ain't gonna sit here and let you just violate me like I'm, like it's all cool. So anyway, Shorty's on live. She disappears for like a month.